Alrighty, how are we? It is Tuesday. You guys know what time it is. Tuesday training. That's right. We are continuing on with our theme in July, which is PRV. But first, let's talk real quick about what we've had launched this week. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we had we still have until tomorrow anyway. We still have our pre-order for the Harry Potter, the warmer or the wax. We've got the warmer and wax bundle, so all together. Remember that they only have to pay the deposits now. What that is $15 down on the warmer or $15 down on the bundle, which is the warmer and the wax collection, the 4 cents. If they just want to get the wax collection, it's only $5 to pre-order. Okay, these are all US prices, by the way. And all they have to do is pay that plus the tax, okay? So some of you also have asked, so I'm just going to clarify this now, why we're not getting PRV on this now. And what that is the money that we're paying, that $15 for the warmer or the warmer bundle and the $5 towards the wax. What that really comes down to and boils down to at the end is just literally holding our spot so they can make enough and make sure we have enough product, right? And second of all, what that is that really all boils down to, that's the licensing fee that normally we would see the difference in PRV versus retail price if like they were buying it today, right? You guys have seen other times, right? When somebody has purchased maybe the Cars warmer, which is maybe more recent, or even our Nightmare Before Christmas warmer, right? Where the price point, and I'm just going to throw a number out there, maybe it was like $65, but our PRV was only 50. We only earned 50 PRV, even though the price was 65. That's that licensing fee, right? So technically that's why we are not getting any commission or PRV on what they're putting down as that down payment. So for those of you who maybe have asked or are newer and just didn't understand why, I've got people pre-ordering, how come I'm not seeing it in my PRV, right? That's why. When the PRV will actually hit will be when they redeem them, which will be in February of 2020. Wow. No, please. It's not, I'm not going backwards, I promise. I really don't want to go backwards. February 2022. Let me rephrase that. Okay, now that it's perfectly clear. Oh my goodness, I need to drink my energy drink, obviously. So we will be seeing the PRV from those in February. So really for some of us, and I know I've seen on just Facebook pages in general for, consultants in different groups that people have had a lot of, people wanting this because, hello, it's Harry Potter. I'm a big Potterhead too, but I knew I had to get it myself. But that just means that we, as consultants, right? That means our Februaries are going to be fantastic. Look at this, like people who have done Scentsy Club, all of their orders or all of their club subscriptions are all going to come out that same time, right? In that month. You guys, this is income or PRV rather, that we do not have to think about come February. Okay, so I want you to take this concept that we're seeing with the pre-sales and I want you to flip it back to Scentsy Club, right? Again, reoccurring PRV that we may or may not have to necessarily think about every single month, right? So the more customers that you have that are signing up just to get their Scentsy at a discount, right? Because when they hit $30, they automatically save 10%. When they hit $60, all US, by the way, sorry. When they hit 60, again, still 10%, and they get a half price off on a product, right? So they're getting deals. There's no fee for Scentsy Club, right? They can cancel at any time, but they also get the perks like always get my bar. They also unlock Scentsy bricks. No matter how much the order is, they can order a Scentsy brick. That's the only way that you can get one, unless they give us some as a limited time offer, right? So those are some of the perks that they get. They're not having to pay anything different, pay anything extra, and it's just simply the Scentsy that they want on a reoccurring basis. For myself, a lot of it has to do with always get my bar, right? Because I think you guys know me well enough, right? I've got my favorite scents that I want forever and ever and ever. So I have a lot of always get my bar. I also put my laundry liquid in there and my scent soft because I have to do laundry and I want to make sure that I have it. I also put my cotton cleanups in there, and as a consultant, I like to have bulbs on hand. So I always will throw in a 3-pack of bulbs on that every single month subscription. So for me, I'm also earning PRV on that as the consultant, right? So that's kind of a win-win situation. So really be thinking, hello, Melly, really be thinking about ways that you can really serve your customer by sharing this opportunity, right? So by telling them, right, oh my gosh, I see that you're ordering, bulbs every other month, or I see that you really love the counter clean and you're using it all the time. Maybe you can just create a Scentsy club, throw it in there, that way you don't have to think about it and you can get it when you want it. Maybe it's every other month that you need that, right? And my bi-monthly subscription, which is every other month, and there I have a counter clean and I have a Scentsy Fresh, because that's about how long it takes for me to go through one of those bottles. And again, I use it in my home every single day, right? I like to freshen up the bedding. I like to freshen up the curtains, the bath mats. Okay, right? Some of those bath mats have like that thick padding underneath that I hate having to wash, and then usually I try and air dry them because it's horrible in the dryer for those. But that Scentsy Fresh on those every so often, at least once a week when I, walk through and just spray those off. Oh my gosh, it freshens up not only the whole bathroom, but the mat itself. It soaks into those fibers. So it's really, really a great thing. So these are just things that I'm just throwing out at you just to think about, okay? So again, our focus this month is all about PRV. And one of those ways is going to be helping you to build up your Scentsy Club subscriptions. Remember, you can be talking about it, sharing it if you get a Scentsy Club, right? Hopefully you are. It doesn't have to be a huge Scentsy Club, okay? Hello, it doesn't, right? Maybe it's just bulbs or something. I don't know, right? Depending on where your budget is. What do you use, right? What can you use that sounded really weird, in your marketing? Now, social media is where a lot of us do a lot of our marketing, right? Let's be honest. We may go out and be branded. We may have in-person parties. Finally, we're starting to do this again, right? Having events, vendor events, shows, all that kind of stuff, right? But at the end of the day, where are you really putting a lot of your effort? I guarantee you, because I see it, a lot of you are putting your effort on Facebook or on Instagram or on Pinterest or on Twitter or on Snapchat or on TikTok, right? All the places. So when you are really talking and marketing on social media, really look for ways that you can help your customers solve a problem, okay? Are a lot of your customers moms? They are, right? If they're moms, are running a house, right? They're doing laundry. They're also doing dishes. They're also washing their hands, okay? So we have products for all of that stuff, right? We also have products for the men just as well as we do the women. We were talking about this in another discussion that I was in, the other day, about the guy, right? About how some people were finding it hard to market to men because we have a lot of floral scents and this and that. Okay, first of all, don't judge what somebody is going to like or not like when it comes to a scent, okay? I can tell you my husband, okay? He maybe not necessarily loves all the floral scents, but he also loves the fruity scents. Like Johnny Appleseed is one of his favorites, okay? Okay. All right, there are scents out there that men are going to like. Just because, we may have more florals or this or that or more lavenders, they may or may not like those. Who knows, right? But I guarantee you that if they work in an environment where they either drive back and forth to work, right? They can grab one of the mini fans, put it in their car, or scent circles, put it in their car, right? And those more manly scents of weathered leather, mystery man, or even the fun ones, right? Like the Johnny Appleseed. I stock up on that as a scent circle simply because I know that I can throw it in our truck and my husband's going to love it just as much as I do, right? And it smells nice and it keeps it fresh and happy. I like to get in when I'm in my car, that's like my happy place, right? Driver picks the playlist, okay? So I'm jamming to my music and I've got a really great fragrance going through all out the car. So the guys like it too. Hello, Miss Roxy. So the guys like it too. Miss Kylie's on. We need to be making sure that we are helping them to find those products, right? So just because maybe you have more women than men who buy from you doesn't mean that you count the guys out, okay? Again, I can tell you, every time I change my wax, I at least get a comment from my husband. Either, hey, I like the way the living room smells, or what did you put in the bedroom? I'm not liking that one, right? Like, so he is not afraid to give me his feedback on different scents. And then I mentally go, okay, don't warm cashmere in the bedroom anymore. He doesn't like it, right? So we can adjust, right? But they like it just as much as we do. It's also a really great thing to help, and you guys have probably heard this before. If not, hopefully I'm not the first one to tell you this, that memories are tied to scent. It's one of our, as humans, it's one of our greatest senses, right? Is scent and how it can attach itself to a memory. And I know when I've talked to in other trainings or even to my customers alike, right? When they'll talk of their grandmothers and things like this, one of the scents that really comes to my mind, and I'll tell you the story very quickly, is that there is a scent called tomato vine, which is not very popular. I know a lot of people don't like it. But what this scent smelled like is honestly when you open it, which it's not available now, but when you open the clamshell and smelled it, it honestly, like if I closed my eyes and smelled it, I was standing in like the middle of like a vegetable garden, right? Like think of like the at-home garden. And even though it may not necessarily be a scent that I'd be like, ooh, gotta throw that wax in the warmer, right? It attached to a memory, and it brought back a memory of my stepfather who passed about 8 years ago from esophageal cancer. And one of the things that he loved to do was to garden, and he loved growing the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the zucchinis and everything out in the garden in the backyard. And still to this day, when I go to my mom's house, the garden has sadly withered away. She was not the green thumb of the family, but just smelling that bar instantly reminded me of him. And it's those types of memories that we can help our customers connect to and have that emotional connection, because it is such a strong one, right? So I know that many of you, oh, Roxy, you're too kind. I know many of you will say too, right? Like there's some sense that reminds you of your mother or a best friend or, you know, maybe grandma, things like that, right? So our customers are going to have those same types of feelings when it comes to scent. So if you know people or if you follow people online, especially, you know, we're in network marketing, let's be honest, right? We need to be doing our due diligence with our customers. So if your customers, maybe you've got a VIP group or even just a business page, or maybe you just post on your personal page on Facebook, right? Look at the people who are following you or who comment on your post or in your VIP group, right? Go and check out their profiles. What do their profiles say about them? Are they pet lovers? Hey, we got a pet line, right? Are they, you know, somebody who does like to garden? Then they're really going to love more of those earthy scents that we have. Are they somebody who loves fresh flowers, right? Like they're always posting when their spouse or significant other or kids or whatever bring them over some flowers, and they love that smell and it brightens their day. So those are the ways that you can then reach out and connect on that personal one-to-one connection. We are in a relationship business, you guys. And if you are not connecting with your customers on a one-to-one basis, you need to start. So one of the ways to do that is to go to their profiles, right? And you don't have to like make this like a whole cloak and dagger thing. Like what I normally will do is I'll go to a customer's profile and I'll see like maybe, you know, more recently we had a lot of graduations. A lot of my friends were having kids graduate, right? So I would actually send them a PM, you know, oh my gosh, congratulations I'm so excited for Stephanie graduating this past year. It's been a blessing to be able to watch her grow up, and I really hope that everything is going well, and I can't wait to hear about her plans, right? I'm building those relationships because I'm connecting with them and what they're doing in their life, right? The whole point of social media is to be social. And so if you start building those little relationships, not necessarily always reaching out to sell, right? People don't want to be sold to, specifically on Facebook, really. I mean, let's be real. They will, you know, they'll go on here, they'll look, they'll shop, whatever. But at the end of the day, they don't want to be sold to. They're there to really either, you know, share their life, to connect with other people. That's the whole point of a social media platform, okay? So let's use it for what it was created for. And then you can build those little relationships, right? You have those small conversations. And so when it is time for you to say, I wonder who would want to host a party. Oh yeah, I was talking to Shelly about her daughter graduating, and she was talking about the whole empty nest thing and how she was looking for a new hobby. I'm going to see if maybe she wants to get together, and maybe we can invite some people and like go up and have some coffee one day. And I'll bring my testers. Right? That's a really great way to introduce it on a relationship basis level. So look for the ways that you can do that. Look for the ways that you can incorporate that, because that's going to help you to not only be that beacon of customer service for your customers, right? Again, they don't want to be sold to. They don't want to feel like they're being sold to. They just want to have connections. And if that connection just so happens to be, oh my gosh, you got that new scent and that's amazing. Oh, I need to borrow that for my house, right? They're going to love it too. Remember the like, no, trust factor, right? So the more they connect with you, the more they're going to be just as interested in what you're doing as you are in what they're doing. That's the way that we build those connections, specifically over social media. I know, I wish there was a hand soap bundle. That would be really, really nice. You can really, I mean, there are ways that you can create your own bundles. Let's be honest, right? Okay, we're Scentsy consultants. We might have to put our thinking caps on, right? But put your thinking caps on, open up your catalog, go to the bundle and save page, right? Which in our current catalog, it's going to change, but it's page 64 and 65, right? We have lots of different bundles, okay? So you guys have heard of like the 10 bar special, where if you get, you know, what is it, like 10 different people to order this 10 bar special, you can order them. This is a personal special, by the way, okay? It needs to be one-to-one communication, whether it's a text, a chat, an email, a phone call, whatever. It can't just be publicly on Facebook or in a group, okay? But you can create bundles based on what your customers might like, right? Think of this also as another way, and Marielle is really good at this. So if you guys are interested, you need to get with Marielle, because she also has a great group about bundles, gift bundles specifically. But bundling for your customers is really just a really sweet way to say, I'm thinking of you. Okay, so one of those is maybe to, again, maybe we're looking at moms, right, who have to do the cooking and the cleaning and all the things. Every day these people want to eat, right? But maybe you want to grab a couple of the clean bundles and then maybe grab a couple of the laundry, right? And then what you can do is you can piece together like a little basket. And it doesn't have to be full of different things, right? Put these things in a nice little basket or put them in a box, whatever, right? And curate something that would really speak to somebody. And then, of course, you add up the retail value. There you go. You've got a great deal that you can give your customers. Now, if you are giving it retail value, you can post that publicly, FYI. Okay. Now, if you create a bundle, maybe you put in a fragrance flower, and maybe you put in a hand soap, and then maybe you put in a counter clean, right? And you're like, okay, this is $32. Okay. Well, if the math doesn't add up and it's a different price and it's lower or even higher. I mean, I don't do higher, but maybe somebody does, right? However they work their business, but those you could not post publicly, right? Can't post that publicly, but you still can send a private message. You can still send a text. You can still make a phone call. You can still send it in an email. You can still even create it in your customer newsletter that goes out through Scentsy every single month. You can still do that, by the way, today. I think, I don't know. You may not even be able to do it today because tomorrow is when it actually goes out. Let's see if it will even let me go back in and edit mine real quick, just so I can tell you, because it is such a fantastic way to be able to get a lot of these specials, if you're running personal specials or anything like that, out. And by the way, if you're looking for your newsletter, yeah, I can't edit it. We can't edit it today. I think yesterday was the last day. It is underneath the communication tab, then click newsletter. And then when it is available to preview and edit, it will give you that option. It will say edit your newsletter, right? So you can go in there, you can customize all of that. So that's just kind of how that breaks down. Do the same thing though if they like just wax and warmers, right? Pick up some, I know you guys have seen them. You've seen them. We've posted them in all the groups and on all over Pinterest and everywhere else, right? Like the rainbow of colors, right? Or all the orange scents, or what I'm advertising today, right? So you can find different ways to be able to put things together that will, again, maybe speak to your customers, and it will help you in that PRV. So sometimes we got to get a little creative, right? Think outside the box, look at it from a different angle. What are some ways that we can try to give our customers what they want, right, in a different way? One of those ways is finding new ways to place bundles. Another way, again, creating those relationships, right? Speaking to them, building relationships. You have to have conversations with people. At the end of the day, you just do. I know. I'm not a phone person. I know I have to be, especially like when I'm doing coaching calls and things like that, right? But honestly, like I tell people all the time, like that's not what my phone is for. My phone doesn't work like that. It sends texts or Instagram stories or things like that. That's what my phone does, right? My mom will tell me different. And so, but even she knows that I may not always answer because I'm just not a phone person. But there are different ways that you can really speak to your customers, right? And have those relationships and really just get to know them. Because when you get to know your customers, you're going to be able to help to point them in the direction, right? So if you see somebody maybe looking to redecorate the kids' bedroom, we've got some really great, and coming up in the new catalog next month, right? We have some really great wall fan diffusers and fun characters. Spoiler alert, right? So add that to the kids' bedroom. Oh my gosh, I will tell you what, Madison, who is a tween, okay, I have a warmer in her room, and every day I go through with my Scentsy Fresh, but still, somehow, some way, she needs a wall fan. So I've already made the executive decision. I'm putting a wall fan in her room too, right? Because she needs it, kids. So that is a really great way too, especially if you've got younger kids where you want to introduce some scent. Those wall fans are perfect because those pods are not going to spill on the carpet, right? Right. You get me. If you know, you know, right? They're going to take it apart. It's okay. The wall diffusers can handle it. Hero got a hold of mine one time when he was a puppy, and I've still got the little chew marks on the side, but he did not, thankfully, which he rips into everything. I got it away quick enough. But that even withstood Hero the dog, okay? So the kids will be able to have that in their room. So if you see somebody redecorating, that's a great way. Oh my gosh, I love how you decorated that room, right? You're not going to start off with selling, okay? You're going to start off with a relationship and building a conversation, okay? Once you've built the conversation, that's when you can go, hey, you know what? We've got one of these wall fan diffusers. Let me show you a quick picture of mine and how it works, right? And just take like a 5-second video of you putting in the pods and putting the top on the wall fan diffuser, right? And sending that and say, hey, if this is something that you think, we've got some great scents that are more relaxing and calming, like Luna or things like that, right? That you can get in the pods and you can put in the kids' room. Oh my gosh, who doesn't want that? And if you also get the one with the light, it also doubles as a night light, right? So again, you're speaking to them. You're not necessarily selling to them. You're trying to solve a problem for them. You're trying to find ways to help them. If they're a dog lover, maybe a cat lover too. My cats honestly do not like baths that I give them, and they do not like me to spray them. So my cats are out of the question with this. But my dog, I will bathe him in the pet shampoo, and I will spray him with my pet deodorizer, right? Yeah, he's not real keen about the spray, but mama makes sure it gets done because hello, dogs. So these are ways that you can speak to your customers. Okay, so on social media, you want to be able to do that. Another way to really help your PRV and to really continue to be consistent in your business, you guys know me in consistency, right? Sharing stories. The more that you can share, the more people will learn about you. They will also see how committed you are to what you're doing, right? Whether that's Scentsy, hopefully, right? They're going to see that you share how you clean the kitchen. At least once a week, if not a couple times a week, I will actually go through and do like a short story of me just spraying my countertops at the end of the night, right? Spraying off my stove, wiping it down, cleaned out my fridge, showed that, right? So in my stories, I find ways of just me doing the normal stuff. It's just normal things. I'm sure everybody else, I hope, wipes down their kitchen counter, right? But mine at least gets to smell like lemon because I love squeeze the day and counter clean. And my kitchen smells fantastic. So I like doing that. Same thing with the laundry, okay? Did you also know there's also something that you can do with the washer whiffs? Did you know that? So I'm going to give you guys a little Scentsy hack is for vacuuming. You can actually kind of like spread them out over the floor. You don't need a whole lot. Spread a little bit out over the floor, give it about 5 minutes, and then vacuum up. And what that will do is it will actually put the scent in, right? It's gonna suck up those little scent pellets or whatever. That is what makes up the washer whiffs. Okay, and what it does is it actually starts to scent the filter in your vacuum, and what that does is help to release more of that scent out as it's filtering through your vacuum system. So what happens after you're done vacuuming? It smells like I just changed the wax in here. That's what it smells like. Okay, there's really great ways to do this. I know some people who have kids who are in baseball and sports and things like that, and those shoes, oh my goodness. Okay, they use the Scentsy pods. They will actually take the Scentsy pods and put one in each shoe. Not a bad idea, right? It can take any little bit of help it can in some of those shoes. So there are lots of ways to do that. Yeah, my clean with me videos. I love doing a clean with me video because I am cleaning. I'm a mom. I got a house that I got to take care of, right? And I like it to be clean and organized and smelling great. So think about that when you're on your social media. How can I share what I'm doing today? Am I changing the wax, right? Am I changing the oil in my diffuser? Am I filling it up? Am I doing laundry today? Oh, here's the scent soak that I love so much because when my clothes come out, they're nice and soft. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. The Scent Soft is just an amazing fabric softener, okay? And the scent that comes out of that, oh, amazing. I do not do laundry without that Scent Soft. I just don't. Yeah. It's always a mom win when something goes right. So think of these different ways that you can put out your PRV in a new and unique perspective, right? Maybe it's something that you haven't shared before. Maybe you haven't really shared it at all. Start doing it. Just do the thing, right? Have you guys been watching Reels or TikTok, right? You see that one with the sound that just says, just do the thing. Just do the thing. Just do it. You just start doing it. It doesn't have to be perfected. It doesn't have to be glamorous. It doesn't have to be anything. People want to just see it. They want to see you being consistent. They want to know that you are not just here selling products. You're sharing the products that you use. Okay? So as a consultant with Scentsy, they want to know, what are you warming in your house? What are the scents that you're loving? I like to share in my VIP group what is like the top selling products of the week. Okay, you guys are allowed to share that. I post that as soon as I get it on Mondays. Some Mondays I'm not as good at capturing a quick picture of it, but you too, if you don't see mine, you can always ask consultant support, whether it's the chat, give them a call, whatever, an email. Probably won't get it as quickly, but you can always ask them, hey, can you tell me what the top 10 selling products are this week? They will tell you. They will tell you. So use that, because your customers, again, they want to know what's popular, because it might be helping them to decide, oh, wow, a lot of people like that stargazing scent. Maybe I should give that one a try. Looks like it's pretty popular. And the With box is really popular this month too. Well, I'd like to try one of those. I've been thinking about it. So popular. Maybe I will. I'm going to go, I'm going to grab a With box, right? These are the ways that your customers are thinking, okay? It may not seem like that, and it may not feel like that, but trust me, when people are watching on social media, that's what they're watching for, okay? They want to know what other people are doing. They want to be, the FOMO is real, right? They don't want to be missing out on all the cool stuff. And with Scentsy, maybe I'm biased, we got some cool stuff. We got some Harry Potter, right? We've got our Warner Brothers license deal that I'm sure we'll be able to see more characters that we love coming out of that licensing deal, right? Not to mention everything we've got coming in our up and coming catalog. So start now in your social media. Start being consistent. Start finding ways to share how you are using Scentsy in your life, because that's what's going to get people excited about it. And that's what's going to help you in your PRV, is finding ways to do that. One of the things that I love to do is making reels on Instagram, right? TikTok is cool, but I just don't feel like I'm cool enough for TikTok. I don't know. If you've seen my TikTok or if you follow me, you will see I'm just not that cool. But on Instagram, though, I feel cool. I feel cool on Instagram. I don't know what the difference is, but I feel more creative that way. Maybe it's just because I feel more comfortable on Instagram. But I love making reels. Sometimes it's just me changing the wax. You guys can do these things. And if you're like, oh, I have no idea where to start with reels, oh my gosh, YouTube it. YouTube it. There are so many different tutorials on how to create reels. Make them fun. Pick some fun music. These are the things that will catch people's attention. And again, if they start seeing more of it consistently, they're going to start following you for that content, and they're going to want more of that content, right? They're going to be looking forward to seeing it. And then what happens is they're going to start following you. And when they start following you, what are they going to see? They're going to start seeing when things come available, when those LTOs come out, when we've got a 10% off sale happening all month long. Hi, we have a 10% off sale happening all month long. Are you guys promoting this at all? Okay, the 6-pack of bars is the best deal. The best deal. Because buying it at a 6-pack of bars in July, US prices, it makes it where it's only $4.50 a bar. If people want to save money on Scentsy, you're about to show them how to do it. And that's to buy a 6-pack this month. It's just as simple as that, right? So speaking to your customers about this. And I'm seeing yes. So personal bundles that we offer can go in your newsletter. Yes. Whether that's the one through Scentsy, or maybe you create your own newsletter or just an email that you send out, right? Anything that's in a one-to-one communication, newsletters, emails, texts, phone calls, video chats, Skype, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like all the different ways, right? Marco Polos, whatever, right? Anything that you're doing to communicate with somebody one-on-one, you can put your personal specials in there. You certainly can. That is within compliance. The only place you cannot put a personal special is publicly. And yes, even though you may have a group on Facebook that is private, Scentsy still says that is not in compliance, simply because, and this is why, the why behind the reasoning is that there might be somebody in your VIP group who happens to maybe take a screenshot of your personal special. Maybe they have the greatest of intentions. They're like, oh my gosh, I got to share this with all my friends who love Scentsy. They're going to want in on this deal too. They're not in this VIP group. They're going to want in on this. I'm going to share it with them. And then what happens is that gets shared with somebody, and then somebody's going to be like, uh-oh, that's out of compliance. Right? And that's what's going to get you an email from compliance. So that is why Scentsy says, even if it's in a private group, it still cannot be a personal special. But there are still ways that you can do it on social media. And one of those ways is to take it to a PM. Okay? So if you wanted to post on social media and be like, hey, I've got a flash special that's only happening today and tomorrow, message me. If you want to put your phone number, text me, whatever you feel comfortable with, right? Take it to a PM. And then in that personal message in the chat, right, you can be like, hey, this is my personal special. It is XYZ for this much dollars, but I'm only doing it today and tomorrow. So if you want in, let me know, right? Boom. Boom. Mind blown, okay? So that's how you can have those personal specials and still be within compliance, because that is perfectly within compliance. Just take it to a PM. Or take it to a text, or take it to an email, or whatever it is. So you just got to take it off the public setting. That's really what it all boils down to. So yes, you most certainly can do that. So if you are somebody who wants to start working that personal special angle, that's the way. This is the way to get those personal sales in there. And in front of your customers. I like being able to put mine into my newsletter simply because I know it's going to the people who have already either subscribed to my newsletter or are newer customers, and I've added them to or they've, opted in to get the newsletter, right? That comes out every month. And so it gives you, I want to say it's like maybe 1,800 character. I mean, you get enough to where you can like write a whole bunch out. But you can put in any of your personal specials in there that you might be running for the month. So I like to throw mine in there. If I'm doing any kind of a special for people who host a party for me, I'm telling them in that newsletter. But you can also, like I said, if you missed the bus and didn't get to edit the Scentsy one, doesn't mean that you've missed the bus completely, right? You can still write an email and send it out to your people, right? You can do that. Go into, if you want to know how to get their contact information, you just go to the section on your workstation that says contacts. And then you can click on that. It might take you a little bit longer because you'll have to go through each one and get the email address, but you could if you're feeling techie. I usually send everything and export it to an Excel sheet. There's a button on every single, I'm on the contact tab right now on my workstation, and there's a little toolbar in purple, and one of those things says export to Excel. When you export it to Excel, this is probably a little bit more difficult if you're doing it on your phone, but if you're on the computer or tablet or whatever, you can export it to Excel. That'll make it a lot easier to copy and then paste into an email, right? So to multiple people at the same time. It might save you a little bit of time, but you don't have to be that techie, right? You can just sit here and go, okay, here's that address. Here's this email address. Here's this one. Here's this one. Here's this one, right? Plug it in, doot, send out your special. You can do it that way too. It really can make a difference, especially when you have those customers who maybe that's what they look for, right? They're all about the deals. I personally am all about the deals. So another reason I love the Scentsy Club, but this month specifically, right? You can guarantee you I am stocking up on some Bonfire Beach. I love Bonfire Beach. I want to make sure I got that, right? So I'm ordering that by the 6-pack, and I'm doing that because it's only $4.50 a bar this month. That's Scentsy pricing. You can put that out there publicly. So one of the great things that I learned that was very for my marketing was just like, oh, duh, why have I never thought of that? Was I was on a call, and Chuck Thompson, who is our chief consultant officer, right? He's there for all of us, right? He's also over compliance. But one of the things that he said is he was like, you know what, guys? There's great deals already in this catalog. What did I say before? Page 64, 65, right? Let's bundle and save. These 2 pages right here. These 2 pages right here. Right here. Okay? these are deals, because they are deals, that you can post publicly. Do your customers know and memorize all of these deals and the prices? I guarantee you they do not. And if they do, then they should be joining your team. So you need to have another conversation with them then. But otherwise, I can post publicly on Facebook and I can say, hey, you guys, I'm doing a sale this week on the Classic Clean bundle. I've got a bundle for you. You get one bathroom cleaner, one counter clean, and a dish soap for only $25. And here's the scents you can choose from. Let's order yours today. Am I doing anything out of compliance? No, because that is the bundle price. That is retail pricing. That is the price Scentsy is offering. So that's how you can offer those deals where it looks like maybe it's a personal special, but it's not. Anybody like that? I loved that idea. I was like, oh, genius, Chuck. Why had I not thought of that before? So I do that at least once a month, and I will throw it in there and be like, here's my monthly special. It's not my monthly special, right? But my customers, again, they don't memorize that page. And some of them may not, even though I've sent them maybe 5 or 6 catalogs or what have you, right? And they've been on my website. They may have no idea these even exist because they just, for whatever reason, haven't looked at it. And they just didn't know, right? These are the ways that you can get around by being able to market smarter, not harder. Don't make it harder than it needs to be, right? Don't make it harder. You just got to pull back. You got to be able to see, okay, how can I really word this differently? Again, look at it from a new perspective. Creating bundles, using the bundles and save as your special of the month or your special of the week, right? Market that in your VIP groups, guys, or in your social media. Take to your stories. These are great ways to get in front of your customers because Lord knows they are scrolling the social media. So make it happy, make it exciting, and make it fun. Don't continue to post the same thing time and time again. People get bored and eventually they'll be like, unfollow, or I gotta take a break from her social media because I'm tired of seeing all this stuff, right? But again, if you're sharing what you're doing when you're cleaning, when you're making your bed and spraying your Scentsy Fresh, when you're changing your wax because you're like, oh my gosh, it was raining all week and the dog came in and now my house smells like wet dog. No more. Not today, Satan. It's gonna smell like sun-kissed citrus now, right? Because I am now filling my house with sun-kissed citrus. These are the ways that you can use that network marketing to your advantage. And yes, Cassie, you were exactly right. I should have done calculations in my brain. But yes, this month specifically, right? It's 10% off. Like I said, it's only $22.50 for that Classic Clean bundle. Boom. Boom. The only things, for those of you who are newer or maybe are not as familiar, the only things that are not 10% off this month, it's basically everything in the catalog except our licensed products. And the only bundle and save from page 64 and 65 that has an asterisk. You guys know what the little asterisk is? See that little guy right there just hanging out on the Y? That's an asterisk. So that specific bundle and save is not 10% off. All the other ones are. The main reason on that one is specifically simply because they've like priced it as low as they're going to price that one. For the others, it's simply because the charitable cause and licensed products, again, that licensing piece of our deal, right? That's part of our licensing agreement that Scentsy has made with these major people, right? So yes, you can most certainly even publish that, right? So even it sounds even better now, doesn't it? Sounds even better when you can go, oh my gosh, you guys, guess what my special is this week only. I am going to feature the Classic Clean. You get one thing. You get a bathroom cleaner, a counter clean, and a dish soap. You pick the scent, only $22.50. Let's go, right? Hello, that's a great one. Do a new one each week. Do a new one each week so it looks like you're always running specials. And you can do it after our 10% off month too, right? Because the new catalog also has bundle and saves. I don't have it. It's coming today, actually. But so I don't know the specific number, page numbers. I don't know why my eye keeps watering. But you can do the same thing after this month too. So this is a concept that you can continue on. And it let's just start over. Okay. That very well may be something that your VIP group specifically is looking for, right? If you're looking for ways to really share the deals with your customers, then do this is this week's bundle savings. I don't know, name it something fun and cutesy. I don't know. I'm not very, I have to like really sit and think about it to get that creative. But you can do any of these bundles all the time, all year round. Specifically this one too, because it looks even better, right? No, I can't wait to get that today. I will be doing an unboxing video. That's another thing too, right? Share those things with your customers. Share. All right, that's what I got for you guys this week on PRV. Next week, you're going to see me. Oh, and you may have noticed I did move my office around. I did some reorganization. Jacqui, I need a fresh start at the beginning of every new catalog. One of those ways in order for me to do that, and it helps to ease my anxiety, is to do a reset, right? So like I completely moved my office all around. Not everything. I didn't move the bookcase, but everything else I just kind of moved around in my office. And honestly, I will tell you that being organized and having that fresh space is sometimes like the best medicine. It is so good. I will tell you that I get so creative when I'm in a organized space. Okay. So you don't have to have a whole, like I utilize our third bedroom in our home for my office. You don't have to have a whole room. For years, I worked on the end of a couch with a little rolling bin, which is still here in my office, simply because I don't ever want to get rid of it unless it completely like breaks and falls apart. Because it reminds me of my beginnings, because that was my office. It's this little skinny 3-drawer. You've seen the plastic ones at Walmart and Target, right? That's what it is. That was my office for like the first 2 years of my business. I didn't have an office space. I sat at the end of the couch. I put like my notebooks and my consultant training guides in there. And that's really honestly how I worked. When I wanted to work, I pulled it out, put it back in when I was done. That's how I worked my business. But as long as that drawer was clean, I felt more productive. So it can be the same concept. Okay. I then switched to our dining room table for a while. And that's where my office was. Office, very loose term, right? That's where I worked. But again, as long as it was clean and organized, I felt ready when I would sit down. So make your space, whatever it may be, make it a place to where the creativity can flow, where you don't feel stress and anxiety when you're sitting down to do this business, because that's not why you're doing this business, is to increase your stress or anxiety. At least I'm not. And I have a lot of anxiety to throw around. So I try and make sure that I'm doing those things. So you'll see this is different. Not different. I didn't even buy anything new. I just moved it around. Exactly. Yes. What do I think of the all-purpose cleaner? It's flipping amazing. I will tell you that. I have one of those O-Cedar spin mops. And when we lived in our last house, we had all hardwood floors. And so I used it a lot more. Now we have that ceramic tile in the kitchen and like right in front of the door and in our master. Well, in all bathrooms actually, I guess, have the same tile. But now, so I don't have to use it all over the house, but I love it for mopping the floor. It's amazing for that. Now, when you get that bundle with buy 2 of the all-purpose cleaners, and you get the free mixing bottle, because it is something you do have to dilute. So just FYI, also for your customers too, if y'all didn't know this, you do dilute it, okay? So it's not just that bottle and that's all you get. It actually works out to a lot more, which is why I use it for when I'm mopping the floors. But the all-purpose cleaner, you mix it up into that spray bottle, or any spray bottle. I'm getting my bundle, I know that. but you can use that literally on anything. It is all purpose. I don't use it on glass. I don't know if I've actually tried it on glass, like the windows and stuff, but I will tell you, it works just as great as the counter clean. So like specifically wiping out my windowsills, and then wiping around like the kitchen and things like that, right? Like the places that I don't normally get is when I'm kind of using that all-purpose cleaner. But it's really, really great. Yeah, I was playing with the squeaker back there. He's such a... I have fuzz all over too from something he tore apart. So that's what it is. So yeah, all-purpose cleaner is wonderful. And yeah, I worked from the dining room table for a long, long time. Fun times. But so just make it organized. But I was going to say, next week, you're going to see me in a whole new place. Where in the world is Jacqui? Jacqui's going to be in Branson. I'm going to be in Branson because for our Scentsy family reunion, me and 30 of my closest team members, we are going to go to Branson and we are going to stay in this really cool house. So I'm really excited to see the house. You'll see a lot of that, especially if you follow me on Instagram. And probably, I mean, it'll probably leak into my Facebook too, let's be real. But you will be seeing Tuesday trading coming from wherever that is. I mean, I honestly don't know where I'm going to do it in the house, but you'll see me in a whole new environment, and maybe I'll have some friends chip in on this call with me. Maybe I will. And we'll have some fun training talking about PRV with some other amazing Scentsy consultants. So you don't have to just hear me all the time. Who wants that? Okay. Yeah, you will be here next year, Miss Roxy, and drinking the purple Kool-Aid. I sent my team members who had registered early for Scentsy Family Reunion. I sent out some fun postcards with some purple Kool-Aid, because if you know, you know. It's one of the things that we joke about is drinking the Scentsy Kool-Aid. You know, we're all about purple over here. So I wanted to make sure that even though they weren't with me at the retreat, that they'd be able to have some purple Kool-Aid too. So we could kind of share the experience together. So kind of a fun thing. So if you see my team specifically drinking purple Kool-Aid over the next week, now you know. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you this week. I will see you next week from Branson, from a whole new location with more people, I promise. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.